This is Shapes 2. Figured we can kind of start a new game here. I'm not really like a factory game kind of guy. I've maybe got less than 10 hours in factory games. So let's start on normal. We'll just be getting the operator certification. Unlimited copy paste, 100% platform limit, gold multiplier 100%. Let's get into it. Thank you for signing up. You did sign up, right? Either way, the Vortex requires us to evaluate your factory operator skills before issuing you operator certification. Simply deliver the requested shapes as efficiently as possible. That's it. We might reward you with new upgrades and technologies based on your performance. And you can have as many buildings as you want, but please don't damage them. We still need them for the next participant. I will strive for efficiency and build no spaghetti factories. I will not damage any buildings. Okay, so it's going to walk us through a simple tutorial here. The idea of the game is we're building shapes out of what we get here. So we have circles that we start out with. We also have squares that we start out with. Mixing and combining these shapes into something that it gives us a task to do and sending it into the vortex here. So we'll place down extractors, place anchors with C, dragging a belt. This is pretty cool. So if I wanted to drag it out from here and drag it out this way, it doesn't let me. I can place an anchor here pressing C. It'll show you a little anchor, and we can drag it over to here. I could mess this whole thing up and do all 4, but we only need a few to go. I think like 10 or 15 to start. Open the knowledge panel to review past instructions. Your goal is always shown below. Yeah, so we need 10 is milestone 1, 10 circles, circle shapes here. See, they're being produced and extracted, running along the belt, and pretty soon they'll jump into the vortex here. Starts out pretty slow as far as like belt speed, stuff like that. As far as like cutters and stackers, you'll see as we go it gets a little faster. Quickly reaching our milestone here, and we'll get a new one. Place 3 half destroyers to cut shapes into half. So now we need half circles. You need multiple buildings per belt. The amount is shown top right. I have not paid attention to that. I don't know what that means. There's not a cost to placing conveyor belts or buildings or like stackers, extractors, rotating things at all. Nothing. So it's really just you are the limitation as far as that goes. Need 10 squares, so run this out. So you can see our cutter here is destroying the west half. So you have your compass down here. Your cutters only destroy the west half of what you're trying to cut. So that I found is actually pretty tricky when it comes to making different buildings from different sides of the vortex. Now we need to produce quarters. So we'll just add on to this. like it says here. So we're going to add rotator, 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 cutter, 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 and then back to the belts. I'll explain that. So Vortex accepts any shape rotation. So as you see up here, the milestone, it shows the quarter circle, with the quarter circle being top right. We do have it top right here, but if we were sending it from this way, this way, this way, whichever way, it might not be top right. As long as it's quarter circle along these lines, then it will be okay to go into the vortex. Another thing you can do, you can shift and left click to delete an area. You can shift and right click. This is how you copy and paste later on in the game. As of right now, we cannot do that. What am I doing? We're making half squares. Okay. $40 half squares, 60 quarter circles. I will quit naming them as we get more complicated here. Just easy to treat it that way as we start out. So as you can see, we're on a different side here. We have a conflict here. Hard to tell what it is. What is going on here? Let's just start over when we can. Okay, so we need to cut, 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 rotate, 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 cut, 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 belts. Does that work? That works, I think. This should work now. Only 11 more to go. Once it actually starts producing here. Okay. A shape goal has been completed. You can now produce the next shape. Milestones completed. Unlock your reward in the milestone interface. So we'll go to stackers. Stackers are pretty cool. Unlocks your second floor of your factory. I'll show you how that works. So now we need to make squares, or excuse me, circles stacked on squares and quarter squares. So we already have this set up here. We can take this, we'll do a rotate, just same thing we did with the circles. And there we are there. We no longer need quarter circles, so I think I'll just delete all of this. We need 240 of those, so ramp it up a little bit. Get some extractors down. Let's start over there. Did it backwards. Put our anchor down. Bring this over. Alright. So now we need to bring, I think this is squares over here. Just to keep it not messy for now, we'll bring this stack and this stack over. Okay. Circles stacked on top of squares. This game's easy if you're not intellectually disabled here, so lucky for you guys. Shouldn't be as much of a challenge as it is for me. Okay, so we'll do lay the foundation down. Stackers are slow. Always place multiple of them. Multiples. Okay, we can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will do connect floors by pressing E/Q while dragging. So you can go up a level or down a level. Going up is E, going down is Q. So that's up, that's down. Your tooltips are usually, I think they stay at the bottom here, which is nice. You also have a hotkey overview up top. Place anchor or pipette, which is cool for C. So if I have a conveyor belt in my hand right now and I want to pick up a stacker, I can press C while hovering over the stacker and pick up another one of those. Same thing for conveyor belts. So we'll take these, run it along the top because that needs to go on top of the squares. Go down a floor. Go along here. I'm gonna anchor here. Whoops. If I can. Can I? Anchor here and go this way. And we'll just add that into there. Maybe we'll do something like this to make it a little more efficient. If that even does make it more efficient, who knows? Someone tell me. Okay, we've got problems here. We still have problems? We do. Alright, that was a fucking bad idea. Bad idea. Let's get rid of this. Let's just start over. There we go. So I basically have one conveyor belt for just this guy. That's nice. While those are being created, we need to make quarter squares that are stacked. So we already have quarter squares here. I wonder if I can do something like this and stack on top of these. Which we'll take this and just delete this. Let's go from this way, go from here, go from this way, go up and over, And now we'll go down and over and in. So it'll show you at the end of your conveyor belt line a little preview of what's being made. If I would have known that sooner playing earlier, it would have made this a lot easier. Turns out you can do something like this, so instead of making a whole new production line for just this shape, I can take my pre-existing production line and just add some stackers in there, and it'll make the shape as we go there, as you can see here. Need to make 400 of those. We're cruising with these. Oh, there's some extra side tasks we can start to complete while we wait. Start on this and this. Those are easy. So stacked circles, stacked squares. We've got this guy free, this side free. So we'll start over here. Bring it out this way since we're getting a little messy here. Stackers, so I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go along. Let's go along this way. Oops. That will not work. All right. Let's start over. Okay. Six of those bad boys. It's pretty cool to watch him. Shrinks him down, that top layer down. This game is infinite, as you can see. It never ends, as far as I'm aware. Keep going and going and going. Give you your coordinates at the corner here. Minus 76A, minus 76B, 76C. Just keeps going. Push H. That'll bring you home. Here's our messy little home base here. So we've got stacked squares. We need, oh, we've got a new milestone. So half squares, half circles, stacked. See if we can get this going. So that was stupid. Let's not do that. Let's do 3 of these. Half circles. Now we need squares, which will come from this way. Get some extractors. Oh, jeez, excuse me. As you can see, we can see our, like I said, the product that we'll be getting out of it. And that little icon there. So we'll take conveyor belt from here, bring it over, anchor there, and send it in. See all the shapes flying into the vortex. Obtain 2 research points by completing side tasks. This will give us 1 research point because we did the square stacked on top of squares. We made 160 of those already. So we unlock, and now we need to cut those in half. So we can take our already existing production line here. And I might just do something like this. So now we'll get half squares going. We still need to make circles stacked on top of circles, so we'll do that right here. I want to get this going first. I want to prioritize my milestones over my side tasks. We are making good progress on these guys. So we'll do squares stacked on top of... Oh, did we already do that? We have already done that. That's this right here. Okay, we'll get going on our side task then. Take this first set, bring it out. let's see, we'll make our circle stacked on top of circle for this. Should go pretty fast. I don't see any big kinks in this system here. This one's slow because we've got one line of squares for two lines of circles. Seems to be producing okay though. 3 at a time. This one's cruising. Shows you green check mark, so this milestone is active and being completed right now. This milestone is no longer active, but it has been completed, and it was at one point an active milestone or a task. We'll probably get it at some point. There will be a red X. That's a milestone that is no longer needed, or a shape that is no longer needed, no longer a task. Kind of an idle game sometimes. It says it's not, but if you don't want to get too overwhelmed, I kind of just hang out. We could start working on this. Throw a wrench into the mix here. Got squares, so we need to stack square on top of square on top of square. If we could copy and paste, it would be a lot easier, but not right now. Bring it out over here. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll bring this up, do the same thing. Now we're gonna, this will be interesting, so we'll do the same thing. But it's gonna split the belt production in half, which might not be totally ideal. That doesn't work. Control Z. Go down a floor. That works. Go down a floor. So this should work. It should, this little pusher thing should do every other, every other pyramid. This will be a slow one, but yeah, whatever works. It's kind of a side piece anyway, so get that started while we're waiting on the main ones to be completed here. Okay, we've got 2 research points now. We can move over to upgrades. This is what I was talking about earlier. You can upgrade the speed of your belts, cutting and stacking. You can also unlock upgrades such as like the cutter, swapper, trash, 90 degrees, rotator, 180 degree rotator, stacker, label, which is pretty cool. So you can label your stuff and unlock 3rd floor. That is 50 research points. I'll probably move for cutter first, and then either one of these are pretty useful. For now, we'll unlock faster belts just to kind of speed things along. Might create a jam at the stackers and cutters and rotators because they're not moving as fast as the belts are. but when you've got long lines such as this, makes it a little nicer to just see it moving down the production line faster. That task is complete. Unlock a couple research points. Just unlock one of those. Next we'll move to stacking. Get that moving a little faster. Alright, so you can see the red X here, so we no longer need circle stacked on top of circle, so it says big red X, meaning this whole thing is pretty useless now. We do need circle stacked on top of half circles, so what we can do is delete all of this. We'll go to cutting. Whoops. That won't work, so we'll take this and move it a little bit. So now we'll start moving towards this. Then we need half circle and stacked squares. Where are our stacked squares? This is no longer needed, so we can get rid of that. Why is our pyramid not moving? Where is our pyramid? Right here. Locked. What does that mean? One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. How many times are we stacking here? Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Okay. So we'll take instead guys from here. Connect that. Delete this. This should now work. Pretty sure. It's a lot of layers. Let's see if this works. That should work now. Fix that. Closing in on our milestone. About 380 for both. Closing in on 400. That's the gist of the game. Move on to part 2 here and see what we can do.